Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, I'm Captain Gamer, and let's play Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, The Mercenaries. Last time, Ada Wong earned her 5-star rankings, and today we answer the question, how easy is it for Krauser to earn 5-star ratings in maps? Turns out the answer is, it depends on the map. One thing that I overestimated about Krauser is the strength of his arrows, because I had tested out his arrow strength on the soldier enemy types in the base and in Waterworld, but it turns out that his arrows are not one-hit kills on any enemy. And yes, even though Krauser is a beast, I still employ the barn rafter strategy here. The thing about the arrows is that they are a very high-powered projectile, but they are not a one-hit kill necessarily. So while soldiers are most often taken out in one hit by arrows, it'll take 2 or more arrows on a Ganado, but they are capable of doing critical headshots, and they do critical headshot often, as you can see there. So the first few times that I tackled the village and the castle, they were quite confusing because I didn't realize that I wasn't used to enemies not dropping with a single arrow. Showing off a little bit of grenade action. Another downside to using the arrows on Krauser is that if you kill an enemy via body shot, then the kill does not register. It has a delay of a few seconds. As you can see right there, even though I killed that Ganado lady, the actual kill did not register until it was too late to keep the combo going. Over here, I decide to press my luck by allowing the Bella sister to come on up here, and I had assumed that the Bella sister would not be vulnerable to the plaga arm until she had come all the way up the ladder. Thankfully for me, the plaga arm has a very generous hitbox, as does the arrows and how much they're capable of putting enemies in hit stun. So I could still use the plaga arm on the Bella sister as she came up the ladder. That is something good to know, and since I am only halfway to a 5-star ranking, picking up the bonus time and bagging myself some headshots, it's at this point in the run that I did realize that going for the body shots on the Ganado enemy type was not going to keep my combo going, and if I pressed my luck a little too much, then I would be losing out on combos. So even though Krauser is a complete beast of a character, if you are not careful and you don't apply some good Mercenaries know-how to the character, then you are just going to have some very confusing low rankings. And yes, I did see that there were some close calls in the Bella sisters there. And of course, plagas still aren't good for our cause, but as it turns out, I was able to bag myself a plaga headshot in time to keep the combo going. Another thing about Krauser is knowing when to use that plaga arm. I think I narrowly avoided chainsawing right there, because if you use the plaga arm prematurely, it's not going to do you any good because you're going to get so used to having that plaga arm as a standby. By the way, using a flash grenade to make an awesome getaway. All of a sudden, having so many flash grenades as Krauser's standby makes all too much sense, given how often he used them in the main campaign, trying to escape from Leon and from Ada. Just doing a little bit more running around, keeping myself alive, bagging a few more headshots, and bingo, bango, bongo, mission end with 80,000 points in the bag. Booyah. Next up, we have the castle, which remains the easiest place to get a 5-star ranking for this character. funny because I did plan on going with the same route and strategy that I had before. Just leave the Ganados, leave the Zealots around, get the time, get the bonus time, and then go on my combo spree. But I just, for whatever reason, I decided to press my luck, see how big of a combo I could grab while just down here in the beginning area with not all that much time spared. Also, one incredible upside of Krauser, having a supply of flash grenades handy for plagas, something which, once again, I did not pick up on until later on. Just looking around, seeing if the Zealot spawn is as generous as it always had been, and it still is very generous. I don't know what it is about the castle and its enemy spawn rate, but they are just all over the place in the best way. And they just go so slow, and they're not nearly as aggressive as the soldier enemy type. So they mix the slow to attack of Ganados with the spawn rate of soldiers. So they are just a dreamboat to fight with. Also, let us give a nice heavy fanfare to Mr. Garador! Oh, goodness. Another thing about the arrows, you might overestimate your ability to aim with the arrows, as you just saw me right there, trying to aim an arrow at a zealot who is technically right beside me. Not going to happen. Although sometimes it seems to have happened. And going over here, we can see that if we apply enough burst damage to Mr. Garador, and yes, that does count as burst damage. Burst damage being a ton of damage all at once. If we apply enough burst damage to Garador, we put him into a hit stun, and it seems the threshold for a hit stun is pretty low. Failed plaga arm over there. Even though I did bag a few kills, I wanted to finish off Mr. Garador over there. Shoot. Oh well. As long as Mr. Garador does not bother me. And it's interesting. It seems like the bow and arrow acts like a weapon that has a silencer on. Gonna just keep on spamming these arrows and check that out. Even though I only hit his plaga once, but applying enough damage will take down Mr. Garador. And from here, it's just the samey old footage of me bagging more kills and staying in the same area. I mean, I really wanted to go up to the top of the castle and maybe fight the boss Garador's up there, but I had a good thing going for me with 28 hit combo, 29 hit combo, at least I think. Let's take a look. Yep, 29 hit combo, and there we go. More than enough points to get myself the 5-star ranking. Castle is OP. In the good ways. Here we hit up the army base, and really I was considering skipping over this footage because I already showed on camera me completely owning it up as Krauser in the army base. But that was not a 5-star ranking, and I was just gonna say, not gonna show it, just applied myself, picked up more bonus time. But it actually turns out that without all the bravado that I had going into the army base the first time, it actually is kind of tricky to get a 5-star ranking with Krauser. You know, if you're not a complete 100% uber professional at Mercenaries. Took a hit from the Gatling Nano there, but it's okay, I gave him a little love tap right back. At this point, I must point out how friggin' much HP Krauser has. It's just like, really? That, you give me all that and a huge amount of HP? I stopped fast-forwarding there to show you, once again, the pitfalls of going for body shots with Krauser's bow and arrow, because as you saw there, my combo ended prematurely, because I hit the enemy and the kill did not register until after a little bit of delay. A little bit more footage of me bagging some kills, and at this point I sort of got into my groove that I did beforehand, not thinking about grabbing any extra time or bonus time. So here I am, climbing up the ladder. Yeah, that's the one thing about Krauser, the old interview question trap. What is your biggest weakness? I work too hard. Well, as it turns out, Krauser's biggest weakness is that he's too good of a character that you just stand around bagging kills and you don't really think to go around grabbing the time, which can be easily remedied by running around and grabbing the time before you even go for a single kill. Should have gone for the flash grenade there, but as it turns out, Krauser's reaction command melee also too good. Once again, too good, and in any other situation, I probably would have not done the flash grenade and lost out on the combo. But luck was on my side, and another love tap for Mr. Gatling Man. At this point, it seems kind of ridiculous that the Gatling Man drops first aid sprays for me, because I don't really have so much of a health problem, only an occasional health problem. Uh-oh, I don't have enough points. Oh, I nearly ran out of points there. Now to quickly find a few enemies. And as it turns out, it does not take long for Ganados or soldiers to one-shot. And once again, do not underestimate the power of the points you get just by killing enemies. Because as you can see, I thought it was going to take quite a few kills to get 3,000 points, or a little over 2,000. But with 5 kills, I am already 6 kills. I'm already 500 points poised. And mission end, 60,000 points in the bag. We're now going to move on to Waterworld, and this actually took me quite a few tries to do. Not because the giant chainsaw man got me, or I actually did not die at all in this. Simply put, I kept on running around, getting kills as soon as possible. And yes, I thought that I was playing the giant chainsaw man, but as it turns out, the where you spawn is indicative of a whole mapped map. So when you spawn inside of the building, that's when the giant chainsaw man is going to be just waiting there. And you'll actually see later that I do run into where the giant chainsaw man is hiding. So just like how I was relocated, so was the giant chainsaw man. One important lesson that I learned about Mercenaries from doing Waterworld as Krauser, sometimes it's not so much about keeping a long combo going, but it's also about how you pick yourself up after you lose a combo. So, in my previous runs of this, I would get up to a nice combo and end up with about 300,000 points. And then I'll sort of get into a panic and say, oh no, I lost my combo. I gotta start getting kills right now. Then I'll turn around, get 2 or 3 kills, and then find no other enemies for miles. Then lose my combo again, get a measly amount of points for that combo, and sort of rinse and repeat until the mission ends and I don't have the 60,000 points. So what you're supposed to do is, when you lose track of your combo, that's sort of an invitation to go running around and find the next extra points and or bonus time, the next extra time and or bonus time. At this point, I started hearing the chainsaw, so I got myself in a position to receive the giant chainsaw man. Also zipping through, myself doing a little bit of inventory management, exercised my awesome skills, and there was miraculous giant chainsaw man dodge number 1. I should not be alive. Miraculous giant chainsaw man dodge number 2. I still should not be alive. And now that the giant chainsaw man is far away and I was not distracted. A very, very lucky plaga arm. I thought I was gonna have repeat of Mr. Garador and end this mission prematurely. It really is interesting, the dynamics on how the combos work. I can't really pin down what the optimal number is for a combo, for how many kills in a row you should get to get a nice amount of points out of it. Generally speaking, if you get a good enough combo to get 10,000 points, I suppose, then you're doing pretty good, and you're in force and doing pretty well. Shoot. I just English majored myself. Once again, I was not entirely sure of if I would be able to bag the points in time, so I went ahead, grabbed the time, and oh, hello, oh, goodbye, love tap. And there pretty much went all of my problems about getting the last points I needed. And regardless, I still picked up the time because it was there. And sometimes, after a bit of doing mercenaries, you go on autopilot and you say, ooh, time, pick it up! Using that herb straight off just to give myself an extra energy and not to force myself into the inventory screen. Kind of amusing, the last points I needed to get up to 60,000, these soldiers gave it to me by themselves by throwing down some dynamite. Genius. So now I hit up the old sniper spot that I used as Ada, and I'm just gonna do the same old, and roll some Huntsman Sniper. A little bit of a TF2 humor there. And just continue picking off kills for fun until the end of the round. And it turns out getting 5 stars with Krauser, very easy. Next time on Let's Play Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition The Mercenaries, we hunk up. Until then, game out.